Did you speak out against something in the last 5 or 6 years? Did you question something that was asked of you to do? Were you a bad person and questioning the status quo? Maybe even challenging the narrative? Well, I got something I want to share with you guys. Operation Distant Custody, ODC, right? Now, let me gloss over a 2017 video we made, Canadians Against the Status Quo to be Shipped Off to an Overseas Prison. So we glossed over an article back in 2017 discussing how the Canadian government was buying or leasing overseas prison space in Eastern Bloc European countries. So we went over that. We kind of not really joked about it, but we kind of looked at that and how could Canada get to that? Well, it looks like we're heading towards that in record speed. Now, in that video, we talked about the Canadian government. This is how the article was written up. Under increasing pressure to manage domestic dissent, disinformation, and civil unrest tied to economic collapse, housing, unaffordability, digital speech, migrants, immigration, quietly signs onto international agreements allowing the extradition to or relocate high-risk individuals to offshore correctional facilities. And we were speaking in that video. This is what we said specifically. These facilities are not in Canada. We know that. But in the UN partnered status under Special Transitional Security Alliance, all these BS alphabet government-funded companies, right? This allows Canada to bypass domestic charter protections and humanely, in quotations, detain citizens outside public scrutiny. So they could go back 5, 10, 15 years. Oh, he said this about this political member. He stated that this person wasn't elected. He was selected. They start going into that, So, anyways, now let's unify the bills. Now, in today's video, I want to unify these tied to real legislation. Now, I took the time and kind of glossed over everything we spoke about that could tie to this Overseas Prison Act that Canada would love to send its dissidents off to, right? So let's unify the bills we spoke of. Bill C-63, Online Harms Act, right? We made multiple videos about this. This gives the government sweeping powers to detain individuals preemptively for potentially harmful speech even before the crime is committed. The UK is already moving on that, and England is moving on that, and they're starting to execute it right now as we speak. Ties into conspiracy as legal excuse to mark someone as a risk to society. Then we also spoke of Bill C-11, Online Streaming Act, and Bill C-18, Online News Act. Together control what information Canadians can access and share, right? And then they try to clamp down on that. We went over this multiple times. And this helps justify the ODC, right? Remember ODC, Operation Distant Custody, right? By painting targeted individuals as domestic extremists spreading dangerous content. And most importantly, one we covered on here that no other content creator ever talks about. Why? Because it never existed back in 2018 on social media. Because most of these people that are now saving the world, they all came after 2020 for some weird reason, right? We covered on Mike of the Night the WEF Digital ID and UN Migration Compact signed in 2018. And this is when I told people, guys, there should be no confidence in Trudeau. Trudeau sold out Canada completely in 2018. And that's basically the nail in the coffin for him, was when he signed the UN Migration Compact. We did a whole Mike and Night about that with Collins. And what did Canada do? Well, it's gotten worse since then, but it's did a lot. Lots of destruction. The digital ID rollout creates a system to track and flag dissidents. The Global Compact includes clauses like international cooperation in the interest of national security. So moving people around, or people of dissidents, or people that are not wanted, moving them around to different countries. Ceases expansions on Bill C-59, National Security Act, expands on surveillance and detention powers without traditional judicial oversight. And CSIS collaborates with foreign intelligence agencies to blacklist citizens for offshore incarceration. So I put my tinfoil hat on today. I was thinking, you book a trip, you go somewhere in the States, Mexico, Honduras, Spain, Portugal. But the Canadian government set something up. The Canadian government doesn't like you. Set something up to frame you in another country to put you in prison. Oh yeah, yeah. So I wouldn't set that too far from the pile that we're talking about here. Okay, the prisons are located in neutral countries like Kazakhstan or one of the WEF affiliated zones. And we're almost there, folks. I'm sorry. And these are correctional rehabilitation hubs, publicly described as voluntary mental health retreats. So remember during that time when you didn't trust the science, that you needed to go get a mental health check, and they were taking people away to get their mental health check, or they posted something and they were basically, that went against the status quo or against the narrative. They had people, unqualified people, going into people's homes with a pen and a paper taking notes. That was so creepy. And digitally radicalized individuals. So mental health threats and digitally radicalized individuals. In reality, they're black sites used for indefinite detention of Canadians who speak out too loudly against inflation, corruption, housing manipulation, election integrity, and migration and immigration. Whistleblowers trying to expose the program start disappearing or labeled as mentally unstable. And basically, Canadians Vanishing Operation Dissident Custody, the hidden bill that silences you forever. So I wanted to bring this up there because we did speak about Canada leasing or owning overseas prison space. And I thought, hey, interesting video. What can we expand on it? So I looked at all the bills that we spoke of. It paints the stark picture. So we got C-63, Online Harms Act, C-11, Online Streaming Act, C-18, Online News Act, and the most important one, the UN Migration Compact signed in 2018 by Trudeau. Everyone tells me that Trudeau sold out Canadians when they froze their bank accounts. No, he sold out Canadians back in 2018 when he signed this bill. A lot of content creators won't bring this up because they weren't even around then to protest against this. We were there. Anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Are they going to take you away, or are they going to frame you overseas and get you in a prison out there? Oh, they'll do whatever they can. Anyone that goes against any of this, they'll do whatever they can. Anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Mike Martin's here. I have spoken.